Very good afternoon, Lalit. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And
Okay.
yeah, so we are meeting first time. So would you give me your introduction?
Okay, sure. So thanks to give me this wonderful opportunity to introduce myself in front of you. Well, my name is Lalit Kumar and I'm from Uttar Pradesh. Basically, I originally come from Bulandshahr district. And if I talk about my work, so it's been 7 years I have been working in private organization. And I did my graduation in pharmacy. If I talk about my hobbies, so I like to do adventurous activities. I like to talk to the people as I'm having conversation with you. And apart from this, I like to watch movies. Sometimes I read books. So that is all about me.
Something about your English journey. That how did you start your English journey? Because most of the people they are just thinking about learning English, but they are not able to speak. They are not able to take first step. So how did you take your first step towards English?
Yeah. So thank you to give me this opportunity to answer this question because I was also from Hindi medium. So thousands of people are facing this issue that they are not able to express themselves. So, what made me to speak? Why I learned this language? The reason behind this that that earlier, as I told you that I have been working in private organization for 7 years. So earlier for three years, first 3 years I was working for domestic brand. So that time I was not, there was no need to speak in English. But when I joined IT, now I work in IT section. So when I joined IT, so I got to know that if you are not able to speak in English, then you won't get any rewards and recognition. So this thing made me to turn myself from Hindi to English. And the other thing is that when I got to know the reality of speakers, reality of English language, then initially I was finding that I will not be able to do this task. I will not be able to speak in English because it's not a cup of tea of everyone. But when I started practicing in English, so then I got to know that this is not a hard nut to crack. Like if someone wants to learn this language, can learn by practicing or by having conversation with the people and by learning some books and doing some practice. So this is the thing that I started my working on my communication, and I said that I would say that it was a great thing for me that I got opportunity to work on different skills. Otherwise, I never thought in my whole life in my past that I will work on my communication. Yeah.
Yeah, it must nowadays. If you have command of English speaking, so you can work according to you. Because without communication, you can't work according to you.
Yes.
Because as you told me that you in a IT sector, in IT sector, English is hard because they are dealing with the foreigners. They are dealing with the British or American people, so
Absolutely.
they know
Yeah.
about the English. They have needs. Right. So this is must. Nowadays, not only for the corners as well, for your confidence as well. That if you are a student, if you are a teacher, if you are being a homemaker, definitely I have also need for being a homemaker. That I have kids, I have to go to PTM, so I have to speak in front of the teachers. They will speak in English, and I have to respond in English. And in future,
Okay.
definitely we are thinking about our kids that. In English school we are sending them. So after some time, definitely they will speak in English, and there is also a need. Okay, so another thing is that Lalit, how do you learn vocabulary and how do you use
Okay.
vocabulary in your communication skill?
So let me break the ice on this thing. I usually ask to the people that how they improve their vocabulary because I also don't know the particular way that I can follow that and I can be very effective in that in the vocabulary manner. But I can say this thing that there is no any particular way the person follow and he'll be able to become very good at vocabulary. So the thing is that I usually face this issue that I am not able to remember the vocabulary. But the thing is that if the person wants to improve his vocabulary, right? So he just needs to listen as as much as he can, right? So this is the only way to improve the vocabulary in effective manner. Like if there is a way, like if I usually ask this question to the person, like how can I improve my vocabulary? So people usually say to me that you need to learn 5 vocabulary in a day. But if the person is reading 5 vocabulary and he is trying to apply them, he is trying to try to apply them on day to day spoken. So the person face the difficulty because he is not able to remember all the vocabulary, because if the person is doing practice for 10 days, so there would be huge vocabulary. So then in that case the person will not be able to remember, right, that huge vocabulary. But the thing is that if the person is getting some words, some particular words from day to day conversation, like I'm having conversation with you and you are using some different words, that's words I don't know about that. So that word I will catch that word and I will keep that word in my vocabulary. I will add that in my vocabulary and I will try to execute that word. I will try to use that word in my day-to-day spoken. So that is the best way of learning vocabulary, I think.
Yeah, you have done that. You have given two words to me about vocabulary that if you will go through the all the dictionary, you will not. Okay, so whenever we are talking to any person, so that time we are listening any word. So deliberately we can use that word in our communication skill. That how we can use
Yes.
it, and in this way we will be accustomed for those words, right? So this is best way that we can learn vocabulary and we can use in our communication. Because if we are using in our daily basis and we are learning daily basis vocabulary, so that will be beneficial for us. Otherwise we will be baffled everywhere, like we are learning from
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
we are learning here, and we are not able to speak those words. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so tell me, and another thing is that what about the storytelling? Do you know about how to use storytelling in your communication skill? Because this is also a good technique that we can use while we are
Yes.
learning.
If I talk about storytelling, so I never worked on this thing because I never told a story to anyone. But I know this thing. Yeah, I cannot say this thing that I am very effective in everything. I can narrate the story. But yeah, if I didn't try, it doesn't mean that I cannot narrate. I can narrate. But the thing is, like as I usually share my stances when like to the person, like as I usually got some experience from my life, so when I share that experience, this is also a kind of narration, I think so, right? So
Yeah, that's
whenever I try to express myself in front of other person, so I'm able to, right? I don't face any difficulty to express myself. But when it comes to the talk to the management team, wherever I work, so when it comes to the talking to management teams, that time I face difficulties. So that time I feel that I am in under pressure and I am not able to express myself in effective manner. And that is why I'm like trying to improve myself in effective manner so that I can get rid of from this situation as well.
yeah, that's true. Because in storytelling, you should know how to narrate a story, not only for yourself, for others as well. Because we know about ourselves, we know about our stories. But when it comes to speak another thing, like we should knowledge about imaginary. So for that
Yes.
reason, because I was earlier I was not into reading books. I was reading books like okay, story books like these types of book. There is because my background is as a counselor. I worked as a counselor, but not I'm not working as a counselor. But when I was a counselor, so I was reading books about how to say like these types of books. But one of my
Okay.
mentors, he told me that okay, if you want to imagine so much, so you have to need reading novel, because whenever you
Okay.
will read a novel, so definitely you will be curious about the next, what come next, what come next. And they use daily conversations, sentences and connectors and all the things that okay, So that person is doing this in present, and sometimes they used past tense mostly, and these
Yes,
types of
yes.
the scenario can inculcate in our communication skills. Okay, so this is also a best way, and my our mind will be like broad for thinking. In this way, we can apply or we can try to foster our environment, our positivity, and our reading skill and our imaginary skill. Because
So
whenever we are
do you
speaking,
yeah do you read novel?
yeah, I have this book, Never Lie. So this
Never
book is
lie.
like,
Okay.
yeah, when you will read this book, like I have read 5 chapters. I want to read 6 chapter, but firstly, I want to learn vocabulary, because in every sentence, there is good vocabulary you can use. There is
Okay.
good connectors you can use. So much vocabulary is there, and I'm curious to know about what next. This is the best
Okay.
thing that we can learn from here. Yeah. So, Lalit, thanks for sharing your views with me about your vocabulary and about your journey. Definitely, it will help to more people who will watch our video. And instead of that, in a last or finally, you can give any final tip to those people who are just thinking about learning English, but they are not doing something for themselves. So, what would
Okay.
you?
Okay. So definitely, I would tell them something to them as well. I will tell. I would definitely. I would tell something to them. So the thing is that uh, I was also from Hindi medium, right? So I did my 12th up to Hindi medium. So and in graduation, I had to face a lot of issue because I was not able to understand English. So that time I had to face a lot of issue. I used to go to lectures, but I was not getting anything from there. So somehow I did my graduation and then I started my working career in domestic brand. So I worked in domestic brand for 3 years. Then I joined IT company. So the thing is that like I'm able to work on myself. So when I took it seriously, since then I have been working on my skills, right? And I know that there is always a room for improvement because this is our not native language. So, but that much we can learn so that we can express ourselves in effective manner. So we can that much we can learn from our ambience, from our books, right? From our like there are abundance of things are available on YouTube, on Facebook. So we can learn many things. But the thing is that how important the person is considering that language, right?
Yes.
Then the person can understand this thing. Like if I talk about myself, so the language, this language is a medium that can give me progress in my career, that can give me rewards and recognition in my organization. So that is the compulsion, I would say, and that is the need of this time, that this era. So other person, like if I would tell like a beginner what he should do to learn this language, he should start like from anywhere. He should start with the tenses, with models, with anything. With this, he can start with speaking as well, because initially everyone makes mistakes, but after a lot of practice, the person is able to speak in English, and the person is able to understand everything, like me, right? So this
Yeah,
is all about like
yeah. I can say that initial stage it could be a daunting task for all of them, but yeah, definitely, eventually they will take good conversation. They can speak in a good way. And in the last of this video, I just want to add something here. Like your thoughts, you should articulate your thoughts. Avoid ambiguity. Articulate means you should be clear about your thoughts and avoid ambiguity. Ambiguity means unclarity, uncertainty. So you should be
yes.
articulate with your thoughts. Then you will learn something new. So thank you, Lalit, and nice to talk to you. We'll meet again.